Hello, this is Primal Jake here, and last time on Castlevania Portrait of Ruin, we left 13th Street, but not before taking a huge kind of, not necessarily a diversion, but in basically a place where we had to go to meet a new enemy and get an item, and also that map, which will be apparent why that's actually important quite soon. But we also ran into the werewolf, who's a super awesome werewolf who we twatted with our royal sword. It's just a shame he's really kind of slow, and even then kind of difficult. That's just me being crap. Anyways, so we defeated him, and with that we now have the main painting in the gallery completely unchained, and we can actually enter that and take on the main antagonist of the game, or, well, an antagonist of the game, but more about that later. But now we need to clear this quest log as much as we possibly can, and with defeating the Ghoul King, which we did in 13th Street, we get the immunity ring. This ring sounds awesome. Wow, you'll be immune. However, it's not invincibility. You're actually just immune to poison when you're wearing it. Which is a good thing, because it kind of frees up Charlotte's task of curing the poison. But on the other hand, it doesn't actually add much to your physical strength. So we're not going to be wearing that right about now. At this point in time, we're better off tackling on the other quests that we need to do. One of them being the Gambler, in which we have to collect those 5 cards. And given that we got one of those cards in 13th Street from Nyx, that means that there's only 1 card left to get. We've already got the I'll go there now and sort of show you where we're going to actually do that. So we've got one of those cards, Club, from the trail in against the Forest of Doom, although it turns up in many other places. We also got one from Nyx, which was the Heart, as I was earlier. We got the Joker from the Clown in the Nation of Fools, and speaking of which, we are going to go in here in its other and darker equivalent of that area, from Paradise, to actually sort out the other card that we need to get. And we also got a diamond, which I've completely forgotten where I got that from. I'll probably put that in a note somewhere. For now, let's swap this bit just to show you that other immunity ring is what it says it is. So you won't get poisoned in your getting twatted by these horrible ice beetles, which is okay, because we need to go down to the bottom of the area to get our last card, and we are going to be getting our last card, and oops, just trying to get Charlotte to do that, because the Thunderbolt, I always keep forgetting, is very effective against those Tangelers. But even with that, I'm going to sort of back to the Tooth Ring and have Charlotte. I always keep forgetting to press X while we're there. Now, bring up luck boost if I can find it. Thank you very much. This will help us get our new card from that fella. These fellas up there. Yorick! Opportunity. And if we can get enough, might have to go in here, up here a few times again, just to make sure that we're still got the luck boost up. And okay, unfortunately, skeleton tree make it hard, but we got the last card, which is the spade, which means we've completed that quest. Absolutely freaking marvelous. Right, now, luckily it's not too far away back. All we need to do is go in here where we thought we'd used it before, and then just put down the room to claim our prize. Marvelous. So, the one other quest that we're going to tackle now, which again hopefully wouldn't be too far away. As you can see, there's a couple more. One of them is to do with certain room in a certain dark area. It's not dark really, but anyways, so now we have completed the gambler. We get gambler glasses, which, as you might have guessed, considering it's gambler, is going to help you with a certain element of gambling. I'm pretty sure you can guess what that is. Anyways, now we're going to tackle the lonely stage, and for that area we will need to pop into a place of education. And that place is the Dark Academy. I'll just show you right now. I can't afford to going back into that area because, like I said, it's one of my favourite areas in the game. I do like this kind of mix of the skins of this area, really, because, like I said before, it's kind of flipped. Anyways, it's going to take us quite a while to actually get there, so we'll see you there in a bit. And here we are in the area of Jipoos, which I'm pretty sure it's some kind of reference to Hogwarts, even though, yeah, I don't know, right, maybe so. But anyways, in here you can have a tinkle of the old ivories, but if we wait a little longer while this quest is in session, we have a lonely spirit playing quite sonnet on the piano all by himself, but we were here to watch it. So that means we can now sort out that quest. Marvelous. We'll have to kind of try and line carefully in here. Anyways, I will see you back in the main castle in a bit. Okay, we are back, and for freeing the lonely spirit from his lonely existence in front of the piano, we get this.
Excellent.
A record player. Now, that's kind of questions of why you would want a record player when you're fighting vampires. Well, you know, you could have a little tune playing while you're doing that. Yes, maybe. That does make sense. It will, as we go further into this. But for now, we need to do another quest where we need to pray before the cross.
Care to try? I'm counting on you.
However, I shouldn't really have to tell you what cross we're talking about here. I'll show you where that cross is in a bit. It seems quite obvious. I could always just basically say, what cross do you think we're talking about? Well, it seems quite obvious that we are actually talking about this cross here. The cross where they said there is a cross. But now we know there is a cross and we can pray before it. We can complete the pray before the cross quest. And that's pretty much all there is to it. However, there is another quest that I would like to do, and to do that I kind of need to beef myself up a bit in a few places and kill a few enemies. Oh, I got tea from that's basically the drop you get from the ghost dances there. Anyways, but that's besides the point. I might as well just go here with the werewolf. Like I said, the werewolf's pretty awesome, but like I said, he's really rough, so it's great that he got boss status back and everything, and like I said, it looks really great. I'm always kind of wondering if it's a bit agility, so I think just as fast as the werewolf in like previous Castlevania games, but it's just yeah, kind of gripe I have with it, really. Anyways, so let's head back to Eric's, and yes, I'm calling it Eric's now because that's what it is, and complete this quest. Hopefully at this point, once you've actually done that, you will have noticed something, and that will actually lead me to the next thing I wanted to do.
You're back.
So we prayed for the cross, and for that we get the cross. Which, if you played any Castlevania game before, you can guess what it is. It's of course this cross here, the boomerang, which you can use to kill multiple weak enemies and do a fair bit of damage to some bosses along the way. Anyways, so if you've noticed, the quest log is actually clearing there now. It's actually getting a little bit shorter. So I'm going to do is activate these two quests, which are actually fairly close to actually completing now. One of them being the S rank hunter, where I have to kill 3,000 enemies, and this one, the Nest of Evil, where I have to clear 888% of the map.
I'm counting on you.
Right, so if I do the S rank hunter first, I have about 200 more enemies to kill, which is a bit of an oracle. But in terms of actually getting the 887 and 888% of the map, I need to look at the maps that I actually yet to clear. So obviously I need to do the main castle. That's neither here nor there. There's actually another little spot there I could actually do it in, but I'm not going to do that because there's another area that I haven't actually cleared, and that is the City of Haze, where I still do actually 100% that. And this is going to highlight a couple of things. One of them is where the second feather is on the map, and the other thing is to where to actually be able to spot that a heck of a lot easier than I have been doing now with guesswork and trapping my weapons against walls and crap like that. Only because I know where it is, but there is actually a much easier way to actually spot those, and the secret is in the City of Haze. And not only is it in the City of Haze, it's actually kind of really close by, so it's actually kind of convenient for me to show you that. For that, you will need to wear the thief ring, which I've got already, and with Charlotte, the luck boost would also help a lot. That said, there's two ways I can kind of do this. I'm going to try the first one first. So the enemy that we're going to be concentrating on here is the Peeping Eye, which I can one-shot now because I'm a lot more powerful, and it will make this thing a heck of a lot easier. So essentially, I'm just going to bring up my luck and keep trapping this Peeping Eye. As you can tell, it has an item, and it's very rare. It's got 4 stars on it. It's usually 5 stars, but the fact that I've got my luck up already kind of helps it knock it down a fair bit. But it's still going to take a fair while to grind on it. Let's make sure I hit it first time every time. There's actually another way I can do it, which one might actually do so if this actually fails miserably. I have to concentrate because I don't want to actually miss this, because there's a chance I can do so. There it is! There now have the rare drop from the Peeping Eye, which is the Eye for Decay. And this item, or any of them can wear them, but we'll put Jonathan. It's basically a headgear, and with that, I will be able to spot things that I have not been able to spot. Just with the naked eye, essentially. So if I do this, there it is. That is a secret area that I can now go into and find Sakatorta and another pretty damned cool item, or accessory rather, and that is the Healing Mail, which you kind of think, oh my god, that sounds OP. It really isn't. Just like the healing spell, there is a little bit of a concession, and with that, the concession is that one, it kind of drops your stats a fair bit because the Aurora is actually quite powerful, and also you don't heal just standing still, you have to walk, and it will essentially give you +2 health for every completion of Jonathan's walk cycle. It doesn't matter how fast you go, even if you put the wing boots on or anything like that makes you go faster, it's still tied to Jonathan's walk cycle, so don't even bother doing anything like that. You can run against the wall and it will do the same thing, but quite frankly, it's not worth it really, especially as it's not giving you that much sort of physical defense there anyway, so that's what that is. But with that done, I have now completed 100% of that map. That said, the Sandy Grave hasn't been completed, and that kind of leads me to the next thing I want to do, because again, there's a trevor that's not been accounted for. So let's head there now, although Matt said I'm not going to just go out there because there is another quest I need to do, and that involves a fair bit of grinding. I'm going to do that in the City of Haze. There are a number of places that I can actually do so, and I'll do that about now. No, in fact, and with that, I will see you at the Sunny Grave in a bit. Yeah, just a bit of javelin back because I'm whoops, get stuck down there. There are still things I want to do. Anyways, I'll just get the javelin back, and I will once again see you at Sunny Grave in a bit once I've done it a little bit. By the way, just along the way, if you want a perfect place to grind for all these enemies, there's no better spot. Well, actually, there are quite a few spots, but this one is actually pretty good because you just get zombies here, and they'll just keep spawning until eventually the light will show up and try and run all over you. There's about 2 spots here, so as soon as they're done, I know I got a Pinter's Naturel out of that like rare item from not necessarily rare, but it's just one of the many items that you get from there, which well, actually I can find it. Yeah, that's actually just give you a health back, which is kind of handy. Anyways, just to show you that, and yeah, I'm actually not too far away at all from completing my quest, so I might as well head back to the castle, and we'll see what those quests will result in when we get there. See you in a bit. Okay, so for clearing up those 2 quests, one of them being S-Rank Hunter, you get
Well done.
the Undead Killer, which gives me a perfect opportunity to actually show you what that does. I can see my quest log is kind of clear in there, but before I show you the Nest of Evil, let me show you what the Undead Killer does. And where better to actually show you all that than in a place where said undead things will be. And I do need to go back there anyway. I need to place that will be familiar with, that being the Sunny Grave, and I'll sort of talk more about this on the way. So remember when I said there were certain enemies that you couldn't kill, they just go back to life, and that there were a number of ways of actually killing them, and one of them was Sanctuary, and like I said before, it's not the only way you can actually kill those things dead permanently. There is actually another way to do it, and that way would be using the aforementioned weapon that we just got, and that weapon is actually kind of handy, especially for what we're going to be doing after all of this, and that is because the Undead Killer is a whip. Now, obviously, it's a fair bit weaker than what we got, although not that much in terms of attack power, it really is. But in terms of these things, the red skelegons, they usually, once you kill them before, they usually just go back to life. But now, you kill them permanently, and you will get skill points off of them, which I'm not totally sure if it counts on whether you actually already hit them before with your javelin, of your sweat weapon, but usually what happens is that you get your skill points for one each of them that you hit. Let's do a little check on that really. So I love the javelin. I've got some 112 skill points for that. So for actually hitting them with javelin, and then tracking them with your undead killer. They're not actually dead until hit them. Yeah, you do actually gain points from that. So essentially, that's the benefits that you're going to be getting there. Anyways, the main reason why I'm here though is to clear the map and also to get the item which I wasn't able to get before. Well, I could have been able to get for about hours when we came back here, but with the Griffin Wings actually makes it quite easier, and I get the Geyser Knuckles. Now, this is accessory which will actually allow you to well, it's very much like the Whip Knuckles or the Bullet Punch, but in this case, oh boy. Now Jonathan Morris is now... Look at this for Pete's sake! You can now one more shinder all these enemies for Pete's sake. Absolutely bleeding marvellous. And this will also help me clearing things out. Well, it basically is a bashing weapon, and it will make short work of my brain, for example. Considering that kind of clearing, so that actually kind of helps in that thing, and not even the ghouls and the ectoplasmic slime ghouls can touch you now. Anyways, like I said before, the main reason I'm here really is to make use of my equipment to try get back here, and I've got quite a few bits to go. So, in the light of that, come down here, Mr. Right Dragon. Your blue eyes, Right Dragon. There's nothing against my fists of fury. Yeah, I just need to clear the map a fair bit, and I will meet you back at the... Ow! Okay, so fist against arrows, obviously being an issue. But whatever. I'm here to clear spaces and not to worry about that. Anyways, I will meet you back at the main point while I am basically black the believers out of all these all things, and meet you back at the main castle in a bit. Okay, we are back, and now we can essentially show you
You're back.
what we have acquired once we got that thing and cleared most of those maps. And obviously I'm a fair bit higher than I need to be with like 888% of that, and I can now open the Nest of Evil. Now, the Nest of Evil is a very, very special place indeed. In fact, this is one of the things in this game that makes this game really well worth playing. It is actually pretty damned awesome. and I'll show you how awesome it is. It's pretty much an optional thing that you can do if you want to, but when you actually do it, you'll actually be able to gain a heck of a lot from it. And these quests that have now actually been released, now actually have access to the Nest of Evil, will give you a bit of a hint why. Because, for instance, the Lost Page will allow me to get an even more powerful Tome of Arms, but I have to get a couple of pages to actually do so. And I don't know if this is talking about Eric's Tome of Arms. I'm knowing that ones that we actually have already seem to be pretty much powerful enough, but obviously along with the Spear of Legend, they're going to be pretty damn powerful. Now, another of the quests that we need to do, or in this case have done, is the 100 task, in which I need to defeat 100 different kinds of enemies, which again is why it's kind of important to try and get as many different enemies in the game at a time. So like I said, I'm going into 13th Street and attacking that demon will probably be essential for that. But for this, we get the Sage Ring. Again, what it actually does, the clue is in the name, and I'm not going to show you what it actually does. So it's a ring, and the ring will actually boost MP restoration speeds, which will be pretty damn handy for Jonathan, but more so for Charlotte, as her MP actually replenishes a heck of a lot faster. So by wearing that, will be even faster still, which is fantastic. And now we've got another couple of quests open to us, and that will be one that I'll do now, although it's going to take me a heck of a while to actually do it, is to master the 3 moves of Holy Power, Cross, Holy Water, and the Bible, which essentially is 3 of the classic Castlevania weapons. 2 of which I've got, 1 of which I still need to get. This quest, which basically essentially means that you have to master all of the skills. It's gonna take a long time to go. A lot of these quests are gonna take a while, and I don't know if I haven't really promised to do all of the quests. I'll just do as many as I possibly can. Anyways, now I'm not gonna actually initiate this quest just yet, for there is one more thing I have left to do. And again, this this is actually another optional thing to do, but in terms of like the story progression, or rather character development, such as it is, this one's actually kind of important for Jonathan. Not only for Jonathan, but also will actually allow you to get access to one of the more powerful weapons in the game. And I might as well give you a clue as to what it is. For starters, I'm going to equip Jet Black Whip for his dark powers. I'm going to equip the Holy Mail, just because even though it's kind of weak, it will actually protect you for what we're going to be doing here. For everything else, I might as well let the helmet on, and just everything else that will actually be able to bring most of your physical and magic strength up so well. For instance, you can help a lot here. One more thing I do want to equip right now is the green bar, the mastery of phantom flinging will actually be of some use here, believe it or not. And when you actually see what it is, well, I mean, this game's so old now, you probably all know what it is already. But for those who haven't, don't take it too seriously, let's just put it that way. Anyways, so now, hopefully, if this recording hasn't buggered up, because it buggered up the last few times I did it, so I'm hoping it doesn't this time, the one task that Jonathan needs to perform is going to be initiated by the Sisters Lacard. Are you prepared to unlock the power of the vampire killer? Now, remember I kind of did this before, and when Jonathan says, "Yes, I am," she says this, "You have to face this challenge alone. Are you sure about this?" And I kind of popped it out there, but now we have no problem. I understand. Loretta, begin preparations. Right away, Stella. Miss Charlotte, please stand back. Right. And she walks off the screen completely, but she kind of needs to really. Alright then. I shall now incarnate the last memory of the Bowmans inhabiting the whip. Fight the memory and defeat it to make the whip recognize you as its rightful owner. Once you do that, you'll be able to trigger the whip's true power. I see. No problem. Let me have it. Ready, Loretta? Yes, Stella. And now we're fighting the whip's memory, which is Victor Belmont. Which makes some kind of sense given that, that the last game that the vampire killer featured in would have been for this one, Castlevania and Now, really careful here because Richter is really powerful. In fact, he has wow, he actually has a health points of about 5,000, and you need to be able to hit him for 6. I'm kind of mucking up here horribly, because one thing, you don't want to be too far away from him, otherwise he'll just fling his nose at you. Also, you need to be at the range of the attacks, especially his whip. This is kind of like the most powerful thing. He does have another crazy attack like that, which doesn't work for something very as well. And like I said, he's really hard. You really need to stun you can actually do so by just doing Unfortunately, once that gets you, which will probably not get me here at this point, that's it. There's no way to actually replenish your health or get any access to your items, so you kind of have to do it in one sitting. Otherwise, sorry, it was a little tougher than expected, wasn't it? Yeah, I guess so. Don't worry, there will be other opportunities. Indeed. Whip is important, but for us there are other things that are even greater importance. Plus there may be some items that can give you the upper hand. Be sure the time will come when you'll be able to wield the power of the whip. Just be patient and remain focused. You're right. Okay, well, obviously I need a little bit more practice in that, but hopefully by the time of the next video I'll actually be able to unlock the whip's true power and show you what it actually does. But for now, I'm going to kind of do a little bit of rest, keep munition, although I don't really have to do that much more than doing so, but well, we'll see how far I can actually get next time. Until then, thanks for watching and keep on playing, folks.